Let us have a discussion on the amorphous core in distribution transformers. In distribution transformers nowadays, a new type of core material is being used, and this is called amorphous core material. It is not like the traditional CRGO, that is, cold rolled grain oriented silicon steel laminations. First, let us discuss the disadvantages of CRGO cores in a transformer. Then we will understand how an amorphous core mitigates or solves these issues. Now we know that there are two types of losses in a transformer core: hysteresis loss, eddy current loss. Therefore, any transformer core material must reduce both hysteresis loss and eddy current loss. At the same time, the permeability should be high and the reluctance of the core should be minimal so that the magnetic flux remains confined within it. Now listen carefully. In an amorphous core, there are two main advantages. First, it reduces hysteresis loss significantly. Second, it reduces eddy current loss significantly. But in terms of flux carrying capability, amorphous cores show inferior performance. The maximum flux density of an amorphous core is around 1.5 Tesla, whereas in a CRGO core, it can go up to around 1.9 to 2.3 Tesla. Now let us understand why this occurs. Actually, an amorphous core is made of a metal alloy mainly consisting of the following: iron, boron, silicon, and some other trace elements. Typically, the composition is approximately 80% iron, 15% boron, 5% silicon. These materials are melted together in an induction furnace at a temperature of about 1200 to 1500 degrees Celsius. This ensures a homogeneous mixture of the raw materials. Thereafter, this molten mixture is injected through a nozzle onto a rapidly rotating copper roller. At the same time, chilled water or another coolant is applied. Now what happens? The molten metal solidifies almost instantly on the surface of the roller. The cooling rate is extremely high, around 1 million degrees Celsius per second. Because of this very rapid solidification, the metal does not have enough time to form a crystalline structure. So grains are not formed, or we can say the grain formation is practically eliminated. As a result, we get a very thin ribbon of amorphous metal alloy with a thickness of about 0.02 mm to 0.03 mm. Now compare this with a CRGO core. CRGO lamination thickness is around 0.23 mm to 0.27 mm. So, the amorphous core is much thinner. Now let us understand the physical meaning behind this difference. In CRGO material, the structure is crystalline. It contains a large number of magnetic domains or grains. When alternating flux is applied, these domains continuously reorient themselves according to the direction of the flux. These repeated reorientations cause hysteresis loss. But in an amorphous core, there is no regular crystalline structure. There are no well-defined grains, so the process of domain reorientation is greatly reduced. That is why hysteresis loss becomes very low. Now coming to eddy current loss. Since the thickness of amorphous ribbon is very small, electrical resistance increases. Hence, circulation currents are minimized. Thus, eddy current loss is also reduced significantly. So overall, we can conclude that the amorphous core reduces both hysteresis loss and eddy current loss, making it highly efficient for distribution transformers, especially under no load or light load conditions. However, due to its lower flux density capability, the core size becomes slightly larger compared to a CRGO core. Now let us understand this part very clearly. When alternating flux passes through the core, these grains orient themselves along the direction of the flux. And because the flux is alternating, this orientation and reorientation of grains continuously takes place during every cycle. Now what happens due to this? Due to this continuous orientation and reorientation, a significant amount of energy is lost in the core. That loss is what we call hysteresis loss. Now let us compare this with an amorphous core. In an amorphous core, the number of grains is much lower compared to CRGO steel. In fact, we can say the structure is almost non-crystalline, So naturally, the process of domain or grain orientation and reorientation is greatly reduced. That is why hysteresis loss is significantly reduced in amorphous cores. Now do not think that amorphous core is perfect. It has some disadvantages. Let us discuss them. First disadvantage. The flux density of an amorphous core is around 1.5 Tesla. But for CRGO cores, it is around 1.9 to 2.3 Tesla. So what is the implication? For the same transformer rating, if you use an amorphous core, the core cross-section must be increased and therefore the overall size and weight of the transformer increase. Second disadvantage. Due to the complex manufacturing process, the cost of amorphous cores is higher than conventional CRGO cores. Third and very important disadvantage. An amorphous core is very fragile. Very fragile. So during manufacturing, handling becomes difficult and chances of damage are higher. Because of this fragility, it may also affect the long-term durability of the transformer. Now let me add one more important point. Till now, amorphous cores are mainly used in distribution transformers. But for large power transformers or substation transformers, we still use CRGO steel. Why? Because manufacturing a large core using fragile amorphous alloy laminations is extremely difficult and not yet practical. But yes, in future, there is a possibility that technology may improve. If that happens, power transformers may also use amorphous cores. But in that case, the size may become even larger due to lower flux density. So overall, we can conclude that even with some disadvantages, the advantages of amorphous cores in reducing losses are so significant that many manufacturers prefer them, especially for distribution transformers. Hope you got a clear idea of amorphous cores. If you feel you understood the concept well, then do not forget to subscribe to the channel so that we can bring more such detailed engineering lectures for you.